it's time for the wrap, Rob. Now, stick around to the very end if you want to find out our best picks. But let's start off with which was the most fun, the most adventurous for you, Rob?
That's got to be Moiwo.
Yeah.
You know, nothing beats going up to a well-managed park where you can just explore different levels of skills.
That bike park is really nice, very well set out.
Yeah, it really is.
Lots and lots of fun for the family. I would also say the airport as well, because if you've got a family who are into aeroplanes in any shape or form, it's fun. You get so close, you go out around, you're right on the end of the runway.
It's very exhilarating.
See them coming right over your heads.
Yeah.
It's a fun day. I mean, I wouldn't add on the extra bit to Sunny Bay. That was a bit...
No, that was very adventurous. On shared bikes with no gears.
That was tough, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got a family, you've got 2 young children. Which one do you think, after riding them, is probably the one you'd take them onto?
Well, for the family, I would say Cheung Chau is a firm favourite. You've got the pirate caves and all sorts of other stuff that you can do there. It's a nice day out. You get the ferry ride as well.
Yep.
But my pick would be Tai Mei Tuk. Going out over that long bridge. So I know it's a bridge. It's a
dam.
Along the dam.
Hong Kong's longest.
And then all the way, you know, that massive long cycleway. It's flat. There's lots of things to see.
It's safe as well.
It's safe, and there's lots of places to hire. It's just hassle-free. Loads of places to get bikes and things.
And different varieties of bikes. You can have the 4-wheels, 3-wheelers, 2-wheelers, of course. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the toughest. What do you're a mountain biker. You do a lot of mountain biking. This is meant to be the easiest ride, so we didn't do anything too tough.
No.
But of the ones we did, which would you say pushed you the hardest?
Lama Island, because you've got all those gradients. They're not easy at all on sections. Once you get through some of those steeper hills out of Hongqingye, it's nice. There's a bit of downhill and then some gradual climbs, but it's a tough day.
It is pretty tough. And it's long as well. If you're going out and you're coming back, particularly if you pick up a higher bike.
Exactly, yeah. If you take your own bike, it's fine. You could stop it. You could end at Soku 1.
Yeah,
take your
and
bike.
Plenty of things to look at as well.
Yeah, but that's a tough one. You're not as hardened mountain biker as I am, we could say, and you're probably looking for an easier ride, especially if you're going with your family. Which one do you think was the easiest?
There's not really one that I would pick up, but I've got 3 that I think are reasonably easy. The Chung Kwan O Loop, now that's dead simple. It's super safe. It's on bike lanes the whole way.
Short as well.
And very short. As was the New Territories bike trail. We only did half of it, but the section that we did actually ended really fast. I thought it was going to be much longer.
Yeah.
And it's also very flat and easy to get bikes. Again, most of the way you're on safe bike trails.
Yeah.
But the number one, I think the easiest one, well, I think they're all easy, but the peak for me, because it's a downhill, then it's a loop, and then it depends on what you do in the next section, but you either do a bigger loop where there is a little bit of a climb, but very little, and then it's a straight down into Central. So there's bits on the road there, so not quite as safe.
True.
But the views are just spectacular on that. That was a really fun one. Of course, you can start at the Victoria Gardens and all sorts of things along the way.
And the amazing thing about that trail is it's all bike friendly in terms of you're allowed to go and ride there.
Yes.
So there's no issues.
Yes. Now let's move on to the best bike trail. Which was your best easy bike ride? And I've told you not to put this in the previous one. So which one is it?
For me, it is Tai Lam Chung downhill. I love that ride. It's so magical going through the forest. It's quick,
but not the second section. I mean, the section, the downhill is quite quick, but then you do have to, when you're going around the reservoir, there's a bit of climb there.
For sure,
well.
yeah, for sure, and you get some spectacular views out across the reservoir. It's a nice combination of downhill, then a bit of a climb.
Yeah, and you start at 500 meters or so, and you finish at sea level. So you've got a massive descent during that one.
Yeah, it's effortless really until you reach the
final bit. There's a little bit of climb at the start as well.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's my favourite. What's yours?
Well, mine's got to be out on the wetlands, the Nam Sang Way. It was just a spectacular day for me, and that's again one that I would do with my family. There are bits on the road, it's not quite as safe, but we mixed everything in that. We had these amazing wetland views going through those fish ponds, some of which might not be around for too long, so get it in while
That's true.
you can.
Yes.
But also just the end, that little historical tour where we went to see the tree and the old temples and, you know, the ancestor halls and things. It's just got everything. For
Yeah,
me,
and that tree house at the end.
yeah, it's a great day out, and certainly one that I'd want to take the family on.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Good choice.
Well, that's it for our easy bike rides. If you've not seen our book, we've got a book for the 10 best bike rides. That's going up a little bit of a grade, but of course you don't have to do the whole thing when you're looking at those. If you want to find our previous episodes, you're going to find those on our website at droneophone.com and on our YouTube channel. But for now, I'm signing out with Rob. My name's DJ.
I'm Robbie.
And this is Drone and Phone. I can't reach that. I'm too comfortable.
Hold on, I'll do it. You stay there.